Tonight.
You want naked, you're gonna get naked.
What would you do if your son modeled nude?
I'm out of here.
Joni loves Chachi. And Jenny butters up Dad on report card day. Star of the family. Then Henry gets exposed to the weather and chicken pox.
Leave it to you to cause an epidemic.
Too close for comfort. And Molly turns tiger to win a case.
I don't know who you are.
Well, her hair's a little different.
It takes two.
Tonight on ABC.
Sunday, the Civil War is busting loose. The wild women of Chastity Gulch.
On All My Children.
Right now, marriage is the last thing on my mind.
How can you be so cruel?
And if you had any sense, it'd be the last thing on yours, too.
And On the Edge of Night.
When am I going to see you again?
You're seeing me now. Why worry about tomorrow?
Well, I'm not worried about tomorrow.
What are you worried about, then?
Just thinking about tonight.
All My Children, The Edge of Night. Weekdays.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow, former President Nixon, Erica John, Priscilla Barnes, and Prince Charles. All next week, James Garner on Good Morning America.
Tomorrow, Ralph finally meets the extraterrestrials and receives a new set of instructions on the season premiere of The Greatest American Hero. Then it's one for all and all for the crown when the royal headpiece is stolen on The Quest. Raven flirts with Ian and Sky rises to the bait. Watch The Edge of Night following FYI with Hal Linden next on ABC. The People's Court today at 4:30.
Is that for me?
Hello. No, I'm sorry. You have the wrong number.
Is that for me?
No, wrong number.
Oh. I'll get it.
Why? I'm right on top of it. Hello. Oh, yes, Nathan. No, I'm expecting your call. I'm wondering about the delivery date on the new sound equipment.
I'm expecting a very important...
Uh-huh. And how long will it take for the installation? I need to work around it. Is that all? My dear, you are the clever one. Thanks so much. You've saved us a lot. Bye-bye. Raven, what in heaven's name is wrong with you?
The phone, if you'd quit tying it up.
My dear girl, I have had exactly one business call since I've been home, and that was it. Now, who is this mysterious caller of yours? The one who hasn't called yet, as if I didn't know.
I'm expecting a call from Skylar. He was supposed to call me and take me out tonight, but now it's almost too late.
Why would he do that? For heaven's sake, you just saw him earlier in the day. You had lunch with him.
I know that, but he practically promised to take me out tonight, or maybe tomorrow.
Oh, my dear girl, this is tragic.
It is. He implied it, and I hate people that say something and then never do it. I mean, if he doesn't call pretty soon, I'm just going to have to do nothing the rest of the night.
Everyone has gone off to the ball, and Cinderella is left alone at the fireplace. Is that it? Well, what's so bad about spending an evening with the old wicked stepmother?
This is not amusing. It's extremely irritating. You want to know something? I think he's playing his games again.
Well, he certainly has a worthy opponent, my dear. If Skylar hasn't called, then obviously he is otherwise engaged, that's all. In any case, I happen to know that he is deep in the midst of closing his deal on the TV station.
I don't give a damn about his business interests. I just want to know if he's interested in me.
The reprieve from the governor's office. Hello. Oh, yes. Just a moment, my dear. I'll see what rules apply. Ian Devereaux.
Hi, Ian.
Hello, Raven. How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. How are you?
Very well, thank you. I know this is very short notice, but I was wondering if by any chance you were free tonight.
Well,
I hope you're not going to disappoint me.
Well, Ian, you know, I was going to stay home and play Scrabble with Geraldine. I hate leaving her alone, you know?
Well, perhaps I could tempt you away with a pair of tickets to Symphony Hall. It's a piano recital by a fine young pianist I heard in Salzburg last year. His name's Anton Lucas. He's really quite exceptional. The program is Brahms and Schumann.
Brahms and Schumann, how nice. Look, why don't I ask Geraldine?
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. I like to see the young folks have a good time. Whistler's mother will just sit here and knit until she falls asleep in her rocking chair.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Pampers. America's mothers trust their babies to Pampers dryness. And by Jif. For fresh peanut taste, choosy mothers choose Jif.
I don't believe it. You're smelling the chicken?
I'm going to poke, smell, and before I buy this chicken. You better believe it. And this is a good chicken.
Why are you a choosy shopper?
My family's #1 in my life, and I feel that they deserve the finest.
You're so fussy about your chicken, but are you as choosy about your peanut butter?
I think so.
Fine.
Yeah.
Let's compare. Which of these leading brands tastes more like fresh peanuts?
A peanut butter is first class.
You chose Jif.
I can't believe I've never bought it. It's absolutely delicious.
More women choose Jif for fresh peanut taste than any other leading brand.
Well, they're right. This is a winner.
Choosy mothers choose Jif.
I'm savings director of the McBride family. My job is to stop waste, like cutting off the outlaws at the pass when no one's watching. Tough job, because I want what's right for my family. That means cushion-quilted Pampers. I've tried bargain brands. Pampers help keep my Sally a lot drier, and dryness is what I want for my baby.
Look, wet a Pampers and the average bargain brand. Wait a minute, slip in a blotter. Pampers cushion-quilted lining helps keep babies a lot drier.
Howdy. Howdy. On this ranch, sheriffs wear hats. Deputies wear Pampers.
They sure help keep her drier.
Cushion-quilted Pampers helps keep a little baby a lot drier.
Spencer around, Gunther? Gunther?
Hmm? Oh, yes, sir.
I just asked you if Spencer was around.
No, I haven't seen him today. Sorry.
Where were we? Oh, yeah, tomorrow's itinerary. Now, what happens is I'm going to go to the Cadman building at 10. I've got an appointment there. Then I want to go to the Coach House for lunch. And I have to stop by WMON after that. So, yeah, 9:30. Bring the car on at 9:30. That'll do it.
Yes, sir. Maybe I better just jot that down.
What do you have to write that down? Say, what the hell is the matter with you anyway?
Well, nothing. Nothing at all.
Something's wrong. You don't answer when you're spoken to. Your hand shakes. You can't seem to remember anything without writing it down, and you nearly wrecked the car twice today because you weren't paying attention to traffic. Now, something's going on. And you gave me a gin martini instead of a vodka.
Oh, terribly sorry, Mr. Whitney. I'll fix it for you. It's, well, I don't know. I just have a lot of things on my mind. Problems, you know, but, well, I'm sorry.
What thing?
Well, it's nothing that I want to burden you with, Mr. Whitney. Nothing I can't handle myself.
Good. Keep your problems to yourself.
Yes, sir.
You see Nora around?
Well, I believe she's still out shopping, sir. She, wanted to pick up a few things for the house.
Well, what could she possibly be buying that's taking... That's better. That's taking her all afternoon. Why can't I get anybody to stay on the job around here?
Well, is there anything you want me to do, Mr. Whitney?
Yeah, why don't you see if you find out what time dinner is? See if you can remember that.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Whitney.
Nora, I was just talking about you. It seems that your shopping trip was a bit extended today, wasn't it?
I'm sorry I'm so late. I was delayed. I'm afraid the circumstances were unavoidable. Mr. Whitney.
I have a few words with you privately.
Mr. Whitney's busy right now. He doesn't have time for domestic problems. Besides, he's a little sore. You've been being out all afternoon.
Nora said she wanted to speak to me.
Well, of course, Mr. Whitney. Certainly.
Thank you, sir.
Well, you don't have to stand.
Thank you. The reason I'm so late is because I was in an automobile accident.
And you just got that little scratch there? Well, couldn't have been that serious. What happened? You bend the fender?
There was no damage to the car, but I hit a pedestrian. She was hurt very badly. It wasn't my fault. It was an accident.
What happened?
Some young woman just ran in front of the car. There was no way I could have hit the brakes in time. It was her own fault. But, of course, I can't help but feel responsible. I mean, I'm a little shaken up by it.
Well, that's understandable.
I had to file a report with the police. It took some time. I'm sorry I'm late.
Well, you've got an excuse. Why don't we just forget about it?
Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you. I'm certain there's not going to be any more trouble.
Yeah.
Dr. Kavanaugh, your wife is here.
Oh, good. Hello, sweetheart.
Hi. Are you too busy to see a lady in distress?
Not one as beautiful as you. Come on in. What's the matter? Did you hear about Mitzi?
Yes, I was on my way to the studio, but I just had to come by to see if you had anything new on her condition.
Her condition is, I would say, pretty fair. I just spoke with Dr. Barrett at the hospital. Mitzi is not out of the woods yet, but apparently no surgery is going to be necessary. That's a big plus.
So she is conscious?
Well, in and out. She's on painkillers. She will be for the next couple of days.
Oh, this is so terrible. Does she have any family in the area?
You know, I have no idea. I'm going to have to check with Cliff.
Well, what's the prognosis?
The prognosis is unsure. The x-rays show damage to the vertebrae. Her right leg is paralyzed. We don't know whether it's temporary or not.
But she's going to live.
She'll live. The question is, will she walk? Did Jody tell you how it happened? Who's responsible?
Yes. Nora Fulton. I can't believe it. That shocked me as much as anything else.
It's incredible, isn't it? We don't see her for months, and all of a sudden she shows up in our lives twice in as many days. It's a weird coincidence.
I wonder.
What do you mean?
I don't know, Miles. I just have this uneasy feeling. I just can't believe that that malicious madwoman is capable of ordinary accidents.
Well, no, we don't have any reason to believe otherwise. Look, I talked to Derek on the phone. He said that Nora didn't even know Mitzi Martin.
Just the same, Nora is Nora. And after what we have been through, I can't help but suspect her, Miles. I just can't.
Come on over to the right light, Del Monte Light. People like it better. Get the flavor of a bright light, Del Monte Light.
People are switching to light fruit and deciding Del Monte Light tastes best. No artificial flavors or sweeteners, just fresh fruit taste bursting through.
Nice finish.
Come on over to the right light,
Great fruit taste.
Del Monte Light.
Good night. Well, good night.
I had fun.
It's really cold.
I could make some coffee.
Times like these are made for Taster's Choice.
Taster's Choice, a premium blend of some of the world's best coffee beans, freeze-dried to keep its fresh brewed flavor for your best coffee times.
What caliber was that? Oh, you got a match then? All right. Send me the report right away. Wait a second. Yes. All right, ask him to wait. Tell him I'll just be a few minutes. Thanks. What can I do for you?
Chief, I was just curious if you'd heard anything from Calvin about his interview with Eddie Lorimer's secretary.
Eddie Lorimer's secretary, is it? What's the matter? Can't you think of her name?
Well, sure I can.
Yes. Calvin called up about 15 minutes ago. He said he got nothing out of her. She wasn't talking, so we're just going to drop the whole thing.
What? You can't drop the case. Troy Bannister is counting on us to prove that that was self-defense.
How are you going to prove it? I just told you she's not talking. Calvin did everything but get on his hands and knees and beg her for it.
That's true. That woman's got a stubborn streak a mile wide.
I would like nothing better than to prove a connection between Lorimer and Loomis and get this Bannister kid off the hook, if it's all the truth. But I keep telling you guys, you got to bring me proof. Now, it's not going to come from Poppy Johnson. Unless maybe you get off your high horse and go over there and talk to her yourself like you should have done in the first place.
You're right, I should have. I tossed the ball to Calvin because I thought I was so close to the case, he should handle it. And I should go see Poppy Johnson myself.
Please do it now. On your way out, ask Mike and Valerie to come in.
Mike, go.
Hello. Good morning, Valerie.
Eric?
Mike, I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
Well, that's all right. I knew you'd be busy, but as I told you on the phone, there's an interesting development about Jefferson Brown. During the period when Valerie knew him in Lucerne, I thought you should hear about it right away.
I'm anxious to hear about that. Please, sit down.
Thanks.
Valerie, it's your story, so why don't you go ahead and tell it?
I hope you won't think I was withholding this. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Maybe the incident with Foley triggered it. But anyway, I remembered that Jeff had a visitor once, and I took a picture of him.
And that picture was taken without their knowledge.
And you still have this picture in your file?
I found the slide this morning, and I printed it. Unfortunately, I don't know how useful it's going to be to you for identification purposes, but here it is.
I see what you mean. The image is a little vague and blurred. Did you see him close up?
No, I didn't. Their meeting was obviously clandestine. Jeff didn't introduce him to anyone, and he didn't stay very long.
You don't know anything else about the meeting?
No. But as I said to Mike before, the man in that picture is somehow familiar to me, but I don't remember having that impression at the time.
It's very interesting. I'm not quite sure what I can do with it. If this picture were a little sharper.
I'm sorry. That's the best that I could do with the equipment that I have.
Well, I'm not a photographic expert, but there is something called electronic enhancement, isn't there?
Oh, yes. They use it to clarify aerial photography. But, I mean, you'd have to go to a center like NASA to find elaborate equipment like that.
Maybe that's something our friend Cameron can help us with.
Not long ago, my only exercise was climbing up and down a stepladder. Today, I'm climbing Eagle Mountain. Boy, have I changed my life for the better. Back then, antique stores were the only place I knew to buy antiques. Now I know what to look for. I get my best buys at yard sales. That's some change. And before I knew better, I had to buy boxes of this and bottles of that to get my laundry clean and soft. But Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener changed that. A product that cleans, softens, and controls static cling all in one box. Now that's a change for the better. Oh, I know, only if it works. Well, Bold 3 works. Look at these jeans. Muddy, right? These were just as muddy. Would you ask more from a detergent? And talk about softness. I mean, this feels really soft. Now watch. No sticking, no crackling, no annoying static cling. Would you ask more from your fabric softener? Now that's some change.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
I love beautiful hair. Making it beautiful is the art of my profession. Yet there are women who perm beautifully at home with lilt. You see, the key is in the roll-up. A bad roll-up shows frizzes. A good roll-up, beautiful curls. Only Lilt has these amazing sponges. They grip better, roll up better for more beautiful hair. Lilt sponges help you roll up so professionally. It even makes me a little jealous.
Lilt's professional touch. Beautiful.
Hello, Mr. Devereaux.
Good evening, Mrs. Saxon.
Won't you come in and sit down?
Thank you.
Raven will be out in a few minutes. May I get you something while you're waiting?
Oh, no, thank you. Just the same.
So, you're going to a concert this evening?
Yes, I happen to be offered a couple of tickets to see a pianist that I heard in Salzburg last year.
Well, I'm sure it will be a great treat for both of you.
I hope so. I only hope that I haven't deprived you of your Scrabble partner this evening.
Scrabble? Oh, yes, well, no matter. Actually, the only games I've ever really learned to play well were chess, backgammon, and flirting.
I'm sure you were an expert at all three. Do you still play chess by any chance?
Oh, no, I haven't played in years. I used to play chess with my husband, but I seldom beat him at it. He was master and absolutely obsessed with the game.
I can understand that. It's a passion with me as well. Although I haven't been back in Monticello long enough to find any interesting opponents. Until I do, I have to content myself with playing opposite my computer, which is rather stiff competition.
Computer? Good heavens. I can't imagine what it would be like to have an electronic opponent.
It's fascinating, I can assure you. Perhaps you'd like to see it work sometime.
Hello, Ian.
Raven. You look radiant.
Why, thank you.
I almost regret having to sit in a darkened concert hall this evening.
Why?
Because I shall have to divert my attention to the stage rather than looking at you.
Oh, what a pretty speech.
It was meant sincerely, I can assure you. Now, you mentioned you liked piano music, I think.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not crazy about Brahms and Schumann. I really like jazz.
Good. Then we'll change our plans, because I know a charming little jazz club downtown which could provide distinct advantages for both of us.
Oh, really?
Yes. A great jazz pianist for you, and a small table for me to sit across from a lovely companion.
Oh, well, then let's get started. Thank you.
Mrs. Saxon, very nice to have seen you again.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely evening.
And Geraldine, if anyone calls, tell them that I went to a concert with Ian Devereaux.
Anyone. All right, my dear.
Good night.
What perfect timing. Hello, Skylar.
Hello, Gerald. How did you know it was I who was calling?
I'm psychic.
Oh. Well, I was wondering if Raven was there.
No, I'm sorry, dear. You just missed her. She hasn't been gone more than a minute.
Was she alone?
No, as a matter of fact, she was on the arm of your friend, Ian Devereaux.
I thought you told me she was going to stay home tonight.
Yes, well, she was going to stay home and play Scrabble with me this evening, but Mr. Devereaux changed her mind. Without much effort, I might add.
Say, what is this? She just met Ian, and she's seeing him every night. What is she up to?
Oh, Skylar, are you asking me?
Yeah, well, never mind, Geraldine. I'll call back later, perhaps. Good night.
Well, I guess you won't be needing the car this evening, huh, Miss Whitney?
No, I won't, Gunther. And you don't have to eavesdrop on every single conversation of mine, you know. You may leave now.
Yes, sir.
Helping yourself again?
Ah, baby. Well, as long as he doesn't see me doing it, who cares? You want some?
No.
You know, you really gave me a scare tonight, you know that?
Really?
Yeah. I actually thought you were going to blow the whistle and tell Mr. Whitney about, you know, Gunther Jr.
I know that's what you thought. You turned pale as a ghost when I asked to speak to him privately.
That's right. I didn't think it was very funny, Sweet Lips. I was just about to cut out of town. And then all the time it was nothing but some accident. What did you do, bend a fender?
You were listening to her conversation. I hit a pedestrian. A girl. A stupid little girl.
Oh. Yeah, well, it's too bad. I guess you better drive more carefully. That's all I gotta say.
You may have something more to say. You'll hear about it anyway. I might as well tell you. It was Mitzi Martin.
Mitzi? God, how did that happen?
You heard. It was an accident. She got in my way.
What?
Go ahead. Kill me. And solve a lot of problems. Yours and mine.
What kind of a monster are you, anyway? And what kind of a monster is that baby gonna be?
Damien Tyler.
Go away, Damien. Beat it. I don't want to talk to you.
This is official business. You can open the door or I'll kick it in.
Come in. What choice have I got?
Not much, not right now.
I don't want to see you anymore. I can't make it any plainer than that. So how come you want to see me?
Figure it out. I want some proof on this story you gave us about Ted Loomis. I want a written statement from you with details, and I want the truth.
Is that all you want?
Yes, that's all I want.
Well, maybe I'll give you a little more than what you came for, even if you don't want to hear it.
Look, if this is an autobiographical account, I think I've heard it all.
Yeah, you know I'm a jailbird. Okay. Okay, I don't deny it. But I paid my dues, and I tried to make something of myself, whether you believe it or not. Maybe it didn't work out too good, but I tried just
Poppy,
the same.
this is not what I came
I'm
here
not
for.
finished. I got a lot of pain to remember, Damien. The pain of being in prison, which is bad enough. Then worrying about how to handle everything when I came out, which is even worse.
Why didn't you tell me all this in the first place?
I wanted to. I just couldn't. That's all there is to it. So now you know about all three of us, about me and Eddie and Loomis, about the whole rotten barrel. Now you better go before it starts eating away at you.
Look, I'd still like to hear it.
Go on. Get out. Get out or I'll call a cop.
Quaker Corn Bran. Oh, Quaker Corn Bran. What's bran? I don't know, but I like it. Hey, maybe bran's the stuff that makes it taste good. I don't know. Maybe there's bran in ice cream. There must be bran in chocolate cake. I don't know.
Quaker Corn Bran. Kids don't know why they like it, but they like it.
There's gotta be bran in lollipops.
There's more time to do what you want to do. More time to be what you want to be. When you set yourself free.
Set yourself free with Stouffer's. Do what you want to do, Stouffer's. Be what you want to be.
Set yourself free.
Set yourself free.
Stouffer's.
Ryan's Home.
You know something? You're one of the most interesting men I've met in a long time.
Faith and Mitch share an evening of new love. Ryan's Home.
Barbara, you're here very late, aren't you?
I suppose so. I was wondering if you wanted some coffee, Doctor.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm about to go out and get some dinner for myself. I thought I'd try a little French restaurant around the corner.
Dr. Kavanaugh, if you'll pardon me for saying so, I think you work too hard. It's a known fact that some doctors are notorious for not taking care of themselves. And you really haven't been looking well. As a matter of fact, you look feverish to me.
Come on. There's a very good new invention called thermometer for that kind of thing. It's the only accurate way to check it.
I'm sorry. That's just my old maternal instinct, I guess.
Well, now, listen, suppose you just stop worrying so much. I'm about to wind things up here. Why don't you go on home, huh?
All right, Doctor.
No, hi, I'm here to see Doc Kavanaugh.
I'm sorry you can't see the doctor without an appointment.
It's all right, Barbara. Come on in, Gunther.
Good night.
Good night. What can I do for you, Gunther?
Well, I'm sorry to hold you up, Doc, but I just have one quick question. It's about a patient of yours.
Go ahead.
She's pregnant, see, and, well, I thought maybe you could make arrangements to take care of the problem, if you know what I mean.
Why would you come to me? I'm not an obstetrician.
Well, yeah, sure, but, well, you're her doctor. I mean, that's what she told me. So maybe you could make an appointment with one of those guys? Oh, well, her name is Nora Fulton.
What can ruin a fruit and cereal lover's morning? Running out of fruit and being left with just cereal. But that won't happen with Post Raisin Bran, the fruit and cereal lover cereal, because Post packs 3 packs of plump, sweet raisins into every box and combines them with the crispiest bran flakes, so you can get raisins in every spoonful. With Post, you won't run out of fruit, and that makes the morning Post Raisin Bran, the fruit and cereal lover cereal.
Oh, you're the only one we'd leave Max with.
Max.
He loves you.
And he loves Gravy Train.
Now he loves something better.
Oh, come on.
It's true, Gran.
It's improved Gravy Train.
It has a richer, thicker, real meat gravy.
Lot like homemade.
You can add water to the leading dog food or gravy up a better taste with Gravy Train dog food.
Gravy it up.
My old friend has a new love.
Gravy it up with improved Gaines Gravy Train.
Tonight, Chachi takes a job modeling for Joni's art class, but he doesn't know that he'll have to take it all off on Joni Loves Chachi. And Buddy hits the roof when Jenny and Dougie come home with grades he wasn't expecting on Star of the Family. Then Henry's forced to spend the night with a woman he loves to hate, his mother-in-law, and that's too close for comfort. After, Sam and Molly clash over ethics when he fights to save a life while Molly prosecutes for the death penalty on It Takes Two, tonight on ABC.
Tonight on 2020, the secret shame of incest.
I was wondering what I'd done so wrong because it was the most intense pain that I'd ever felt.
I wish my other two sisters would talk to me.
Plus, Geraldo Rivera joins illegal aliens in a dangerous attempt to cross the border on 2020 tonight.
To me, good economic policy means jobs for New Jersey. I work to cut red tape, support local business, jobs, and policies that make sense for Bergen County.
This is Stormfield. Coming up on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News, tempers rise and fists fly as protesters stop the Roosevelt Island tram. We'll tell you about that, and we'll have this for you.
I'm John Slattery with a father who's come to New York pleading with doctors to save the life of his daughter.
Also, more candy with pins stuck in it. It is found on Long Island. We'll have the latest on that Halloween horror story. We're also going to tell you about a haunted house in New Jersey. And I'll have a special report on your eyesight, how to save it, at 1.
Via satellite to 11 GOP rallies in 10 states. The president told his fellow Republicans his policies are making headway in reducing inflation, taxes, interest rates, and government spending. And he called his administration's economic record so far good news Republicans can run on. White House officials say that Vice President George Bush was speaking for all of them when he said he expects President Reagan to seek re-election. Bush told reporters in Hartford, Connecticut, he's convinced Reagan should run. Sports and weather still to come, but first, these announcements.
Will you set the table, please?
She'll be there in a minute. First, I'm gonna beat her at checkers.
Crown me. Crown you.
You got me that time, but your time is coming.
Charlene's our foster child. When the agency brought her to us, she was so shy. She was afraid to play games. Well, she's learned a lot. I'm real proud of her, and I'll bet her parents will be too. You know, taking in children who need a home is part of our tradition, and we love having Charlene, and we like knowing that we're making a difference.
It's hard to draw a picture of neglect, but it exists. And today in America, thousands of children suffer from serious lack of care. Some children will die from it. Others will be scarred physically and emotionally. Neglect may not leave scars we can see, but it can affect the way a child sees himself and the world around him.
Call the New York State Child Protective Hotline, 800-342-3720.
Some people have the gift. They make great music. Me, I make great blood. I donate my blood. It makes people healthy again. You have a great gift, too. Donate your blood. Save a life today. It's great to be great.
Call 570-3158.
New York teams have always appreciated your support. The Mets, Jets, and Nets ask that you support another team, the New York Pets. The ASPCA adoption centers have the perfect orphan for you, no matter what size, shape, breed, or mutt. On top of that, they offer free neutering, grooming, health exam, and obedience consultation. Adopt one of the ASPCA orphans.
They need you even more than we do.
On the sports scene, it was a day off for the World Series, but the Islanders and Jersey Devils were out on the ice. The Islanders, out on the island, sorrowfully defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins 9-0. But the Jersey Devils were equally sorrowful. They bowed to Montreal 5-3. The weather outlook for the New York area, partly cloudy and mild for this halfway mark in October. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Cloudy, breezy, and cool tonight. Down near 40 in the city. Tomorrow, cloudy and cooler. Current readings at the Central Park Station, the temperature 57 degrees, relative humidity 64%. The winds out of the southwest at a brisk 13 miles per hour. And that's the latest from the Channel 7 Eyewitness Newsroom. This is Bob Lloyd. Have a good day.
From your American Lung Association for your life and breath. You and I share something with a famous baseball player.
I'm Ted Williams. Pro or amateur, there's at least one thing all athletes have in common. A pair of lungs that have to keep feeding us life-giving air. Cigarette smoking is the #1 enemy. If you want to play the game and play it to win and live, kick the habit.
Your American Lung Association agrees with Ted Williams and wants you to write for information about their new Freedom from Smoking program. That's a way to quit smoking on your own in 20 days.
If you youngsters haven't started, keep it that way. And if you have, your local American Lung Association will help you kick the habit.
You can do it yourself with their new Freedom from Smoking program. Act now. Write, call, or run to your local American Lung Association. It's a matter of life and breath.
Know who nearly got robbed today? We did. Guess how the burglar left? In handcuffs. A neighbor saw a suspicious character around my house and called the police. Now that's what works to prevent crime.
To make your neighborhood safer, ask your local law enforcement agency about the Neighborhood Watch program.
If you don't care about your neighbor, who's going to care about you?
Help New York take a bite out of crime.
What did he weigh when he was born?
8 pounds. I did what I could to make sure he was not a low birth weight baby.
What's that?
Well, low birth weight babies are full term, but they're small. They can have serious medical problems. Smoking when you're pregnant can contribute to low birth weight. So I quit.
What else can cause low birth weight?
Alcohol. I didn't even have wine. I ate right. Why are you asking me this?
Got any pickles?
Take care of your baby right from the start.
The Richard Simmons Show this morning at 9.
I like chocolate, I like vanilla, and this is one fight that I keep out of. It seems that my kids are always fighting over ice cream of all things. Leanne likes chocolate and will defend to the death the virtues of it. Paul, on the other hand, is devoted to vanilla and will not even countenance a suggestion that there might be another flavor of ice cream. Whenever I take them for a treat, we go through this argument. Neither one can seem to grasp the other's feelings in the matter. Their way is right, and there is no retreat from the individual position. Now, this would be amusing if it weren't for the fact that all too many adults seem to be behaving in the same way. Black is beautiful, says one group. White is right, says another. And neither group seems to be able to grasp the other's feelings in the matter. Each side feels that their statement is right and there is no retreat from the position. With the bitterness that is engendered, it now ceases to be amusing and becomes something tragic. Things happen, hatreds flame, and we have real trouble. The difference, of course, is that the kids could switch flavors and still enjoy it. The adults, I'm afraid, are too grown up for that. As for me, I'll take black raspberry.
This is station WABC TV New York, Channel 7, key station of the ABC Television Network. WABC TV studios are located at the ABC Television Center, 7 Lincoln Square, New York. Programs are transmitted from the top of the World Trade Center building in Manhattan with a frequency of 174 to 180 megahertz. WABC TV operates on Channel 7 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. Now speaking for the entire staff, this is Bob Lloyd, wishing you a pleasant good night and inviting you to join us this morning at 5:15 for more outstanding entertainment on Channel 7. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.